Hello everyone, Neorashi here. Today I'm going to make a tier list that is yuri-themed since it's Pride Month. Well, nearly the end, but still. Um, Today's tier list is going to be about something that I think a lot of Yuri fan likes to do. That is, imagining their favorite series as Yuri, or even going as far as claiming that some series are Yuri, even though they're either not or like there's um, implied to be Yuri, but ended up not being one. So decided to do a tier list about just that. So let's move on to the tier list itself. So there's four tiers. The text might be a little um, small, so for now let's zoom in, and I'll zoom out after that. So there's four tiers, as you can see. Uh, basically, basically already Yuri is the series that where at least one of the main character, it has to be a main, not a support. One of the main character is in love with another main character, so it has to be. Um, it, it, it can be a one-sided crush, but it has to be a main being in love with another main. Could work, and I would like to see are series that I personally also imagine what they would be as Yuri. Could work, but I'm not sold to the idea. Are series that I know could theoretically work, but I'd rather not. I'd rather the series not ever go that route. And Na is obviously a series that I don't think would work at all as Yuri. So let's move. Let's zoom back out. So I have, uh, I think I have 23 series. Um, these are all key visual from the anime. For series that have more than one season, I took the key visual from season one. But I will judge based on uh, what I have the most experience on. In that sense, in the sense that if I only watch the anime, I will base my opinion on just the anime. But if I read the manga or light novel, which typically goes way beyond what the anime covers, I will go based on that. So, spoiler alert, there's gonna be spoiler for most of these series. So, if you don't like spoilers, you should click off the video right now. But if you do, if you don't mind spoilers, or just want to know my opinion, or just don't know about these series but would like to know um, if I think they will work as Yuri, feel free to stay. So the first is I don't know the full name because it doesn't actually have an English name, but Itaribachi, and this is a series that um, honestly it has too much of a strong focus on friendship. So this one is like all about friendship. I never imagined Bocchi or any of the four main characters crushing on each other. So right off the bat, we're going to start with a math. Next is Mitsubishi Color, which I haven't watched the anime, but I did read the first three or four volumes of the manga. And again, this is going to be another nah because this definitely feels like um, I don't think this is something that would work because it's again about friendship and it's all about the three girls protecting their area from perceived threats. Next is Diary of Our Days at the Breakwater. This one, I've read and I haven't read the anime, but I've no, I haven't read the manga, but I did watch the anime, and actually, I forgot where my it is. I recently purchased the Blu-ray. I haven't watched the Blu-ray yet because I've actually watched the entirety on Crunchyroll. Um, this one is a rather classic case of where one of the main character uh, reunite with their best friend from several years ago. But I I didn't get any like strong vibes with this one, strong Yuri vibe uh, between the two best friend you reunite, or with the two older girl that joins them. So this is this is going with a bad start, but this is going to be my third now right off the bat, so three now already. I guess I'm not too much into the whole shipping scene, I guess. But next is K-On! And this one is something that will be a lot more positive because um, I think uh, the relationship between Yui and Azusa could definitely work. Uh, Azusa has that kind of tsundere um, attitude at times, while Yui is the whole she wanna hugs everyone who she finds cute. So I think um, if it wasn't for the fact that the series ended, I mean there are sequels to the main K-On! Series, but the like official series ended. I've only watched the first season of the anime, but I did read the entirety of the manga. So I think I think this is something that could work, and I would like to see. So I'm just going to do something with my YouTube video that you're listening to right now for the music, and now I'm back. Um, next is uh, wait, sorry. Next is I forgot the name for some reason, and it's one of my favorite. A Place Further Than Universe. Oh my god, I got a massive brain fart here. A Place Further Than the Universe, and this is another easy nah. Mostly because although the four girls do grow closer later, they definitely join because they have a common objective, which is to get to Antarctica. So um, I guess we could have some vibes at the end, but yeah, I don't think it would work. Next is Encouragement of Climb, and uh, s- this is similar to Diary of Our Days at the Breakwater, in which two of the main character are old friends that reunites after some years, and I have a feeling that these two uh, grow a lot closer than the two mains of Breakwater. So this is something that I think could work, and I would like to see. Next is Wonder Egg Priority, the series that I don't think I've mentioned often here. Although, even though it's a series I did not like much, especially the special episode, I was dumb enough to get the uh, like collector edition uh, full Blu-ray box because it wasn't that expensive, and I guess I'm a sucker for collector edition. Um, this one has quite a bit of LGBTQ elements, but as far as Yuri goes, I don't know if it could work. I think it could, but mostly because it's more of an action series, I guess. Um, I'm going to put it in could work, but I'm not sold to the idea. I think, um, although I wasn't a fan of the series, I think the focus on going to the other world and saving uh, the soul of the girl who um, ended their own lives, I think it works. And I think adding Yuri elements between the four main character uh, would probably not work, since most of the time the girl are on their own during each of these action scenes. Next is a weird one because it's Medalist, a series where one of the main character is actually a guy and the other is a girl. But I have seen some Yuri fan arts and Yuri Dojinshi, so that's the main reason why I put it here. And obviously the fan arts and Dojinshi were about Inori and Ikaru, and I guess it could work because the two characters are almost the same age. They're like only a couple months apart or something like that. Um, but I'm definitely not sold to the idea. Like Wonder Egg Priority, I think the fact that it focused almost solely on figure skating and Inori improving and getting to higher and higher tournaments, I think that's just fine. Next, we're going to. I'm just gonna move this one here. I just feel like doing that. Next is the Order Rabbit, and anyone who knows about this series probably will figure out easily where this one is going, and it's basically already a UA because um, Seattle, one of the main character, is in fact in love with um, Rise, which is another main character, and I like the dynamic where Seattle is very obviously in love with um, Rize, but Rize is completely oblivious. I think this is a good dynamic, and I could see in the manga because I watched the first two seasons of the anime and read I recently read volume 4 of the manga, and I believe it could work down the line. Like after maybe in the next volume, I think the next volume will be volume 14 in Japan. I could see Seattle finally confessing her love to um, Rize. Also, um, I think another popular ship that exists is Maya and Megu, and I'm not adding Maya I'm not adding Maya to this video just because she's my favorite anime character of all time, but I think there's some like genuine opportunity for Megu and Maya to start dating down the line because of how close the two of them are. They can almost read each other's mind. That's how close they are. So I could see the two of them dating at some point. And there's another ship that less people agree with, but personally I think I like is Chino and Cocoa, which although for the most part Cocoa tries to act like a big sister, I think the way Chino reacts to uh, Cocoa's antics could work if she turns out to be some kind of tsundere. Like she doesn't like to be cuddled by Cocoa, but then Cocoa could stop doing that, and then Chino would realize that she actually likes to be cuddled by Cocoa, and then you know. Um, but yeah, but just because of Seattle's crush over Reese, this is already basically a Yuri. Next is Girls Last Tour. Um, I've I've read the manga in full. I haven't touched the anime, but I've read the manga in full, and I have seen plenty of people shipping these two. And honestly, I think I when I created this board, I was thinking of putting them here. But now that I think about it, I think I would like to see um, the two of them, uh, Yuri and Chito, uh, getting together by the end of the series. That would have been nice. Next is Laid Back Camp, and there's a lot of people who ships several of the main character. Well, several people who ships Rin with several of the other character, especially Nadeshiko and surprisingly Sakura. But I'm going to put the series in a tier that will probably surprise you as someone who loves cute girls doing cute things. Laid Back M, since it's my favorite series of all time, and well, Yuri in general. Nah, I don't think it will work. Um, Let me explain. And again, this is going to be spoiler because I'm going to talk about something that has not been um, covered by the anime yet. But well, it actually starts to be covered by the end of season 3. Um, I haven't watched the movie, by the way, but surprisingly, even though it's my favorite series of all time, but I have watched all 3 seasons of the anime. I've watched the Room Camp spin-off and some, if not most, of the OVAs. And although Ren and Nadeshiko do grow very close very quick, um, and their friendship never like fade or like they never get into a situation where there's like something going on between them. In the later volumes, they start doing less and less camping together. Actually, uh, after a very short, like one chapter camping group camping trip in volume 14, as of volume 17, uh, Nadeshiko, I've gone through 2 camping trips in a row without Rin. So the two of them are very much going their separate ways in terms of camping. So I don't see them ever starting dating because of that. Um, they, they really start to do their thing separately. Actually, from what I can see, I've seen cover of volume 18, and I believe that volume 18 is going to be yet another camping trip where the two of them are separate because it does look like it's going to be Rin doing a camping trip with Ayano. Unless Nadeshiko joins them, but it did seem like it's going to be a duo. So yeah, Laid Back Camp, as much as I love the Nadeshiko and Rin or Rin and Sakura ships, it's definitely not something I see ever touching the Yuri uh, territory. Next is Non Non Biori, and this is another basically already Yuri because everyone who knows the series knows that Hotaru is in fact in love with Komari. And unlike other series in that is going to be in this tier, um, Otaru spinning for Komari are more than just a running gag. It's actually shown several times throughout the series, during the movie as well. I've watched all 3 seasons and the movie. Oh, sorry, I hit my computer. Uh, yeah, I have like I have all 3 seasons and the movie. So yeah, and I watched the movie like half a dozen times. This is probably the anime movie I watch the most outside of Pokemon stuff. And yeah, so while I don't see Otaru confessing to Komari in the main series, I could definitely see like a 1 volume special sequel that takes place like a year later or something like that, where she actually does confess and they start dating. It's something that could definitely work. Uh, Next is Bocchi the Rock, and I'm going with the majority here, and I would definitely like to see this work as a Yuri because a lot of people assume that Bocchi is lesbian. I'm not really convinced that she is, uh, but I wouldn't mind if she's revealed to be one and ends up dating one of the main character, especially I forgot her name. I think it's Kita, Kita, the girl with the red hair. I have bad name. I have a bad memory with character name for some reason. Next is Anima Yell, and Anima Yell is an anime that I watched recently, and this is another easy, could work, and I would like to see. Um, it's actually no, I'm going to put it here because although it's not like 100% confirmed, it's extremely heavily implied that Uki is in love with Kohane. I think her name was Kohane, and she shows it quite a few times during the series. So I could definitely see the series going into the Yuri route at some point. But I haven't read the manga, so I only have the anime to base myself on. Next is Food for the Soul. Another case of where two of the main characters are old friends who reunite after a couple years. And I think this one is going to be could work, but I'm not sold to the idea. It was one of the best anime I've watched in 2025, and I just like how the five girls just do the focus their energy into making food for their like food related uh, college club, and I think it's just fine the way it is. It has a strong focus on friendship, and it is something that I think should remain that way. Next is Mono, and it is yet another basically Yuri with Anne being in love with Satsuki. Uh, what I don't like though is that the gag is not. It's supposed to be a running gag, but it's really only shown a couple times. I think in the anime it's shown only twice or something like that. And in the manga, I've read the first three volumes of the manga, and I think it's only shown like three times in total. It really focuses on the friendship, but which is weird because as of volume four, there's only one chapter where we see. Well, there are some chapters where we don't see neither Anne or Satsuki, but um, I think there's only one chapter I've seen that we see Anne but not Satsuki. And every chapter we see Satsuki, I believe we see Anne. So they're basically almost always together, which makes me wonder why Afro hasn't made any more Yuri Joe. Even especially since he actually confirmed that um, Anne is actually in love with Satsuki. It's not just like a chapter one joke or something like that. It's actually canon, but he did say that it would be uh, like it would remain as some kind of running gag, so it's more for humor. So yeah, I even though I put it in basically really a Yuri, it's definitely not going to be a Yuri. Astro confirmed that, but it would still have been nice if we saw more of um, Anne's crush over Satsuki. Next is Lucky Star, a series that I've read a little bit, watched a little bit, but I've not much experience on, and mostly because it's a series that strongly focused on comedy from what I could see. I think I'm going to put it in Na. Um, I'm not saying it couldn't work, uh, but this is the kind of series where I would really prefer that it stick to its like main shtick. In this case, comedy. So yeah. Next is New Game, and the New Game is the reason why when I started this video, I focused on for the like the basically already Yuri. That's why I said I would focus on main character who is in love with a uh, another main character, because in this series there is actually a woman who is in love with another woman, but in this case it's a support character that is in love with a main character, so it doesn't count for the basically already Yuri tier. But I would definitely uh, see it work, not just because of the already um, confirmed, if we can say shit, because in the end, in the epilogue, it's actually confirmed that the two women I mentioned do get married. But um, there are two ships I think that could definitely work. The first is pretty obvious, Aoba and Ifumi. The two of them grow really close, and in volume 11, which is way past what the anime cover, um, in volume 11, um, we actually see Ifumi talking to Shizuka. I don't forget. I forgot the name. Well, the like the boss of the office where the girls work at. She discussed with the boss, and she does mention that she doesn't have a crush, but she really has a deep admiration for Aoba. And volume 11, like one of the colored page of volume 11 actually shows uh, Aoba and Ifumi at some kind of cafe, and Aoba draws a heart on a foggy window. So it proves that I think the author of the series did consider making this a like full Yuri at some point. Next is one that's going to be pretty controversial. It's Slow Loop, and the reason why I'm putting this one in this tier list is basically because I've watched and read Citrus, so I'm not uh, I'm not stranger to stepsister Yuri, I guess. Um, and honestly, although Citrus is an actual Yuri, I feel like Slow Loop, the way the two main character, well, two of the three main character, because there's technically three main character, but like the actual two stepsister, um, I think I could see them be together down the line, unless something else proves me wrong in the manga. But after watching the anime, I could definitely see the two of them, um, one of them developing a crush on the other, and start dating, even though they're stepsisters. So, uh, super controversial, but I'm going to put here in could work, and I would like to see. Next is Super Cub. Super Cub is um, a series that I loved in 2021. One of my favorite original series of 2021, because otherwise my friend just came for a couple seconds. Uh, because otherwise, Blade Back in Season 2 was my favorite anime of the year, but out of the original anime, Super Cub was definitely my favorite, one of my favorites of 2021. And I saw people shipping um, Koguma and Reiko, and I guess I like this ship, but as far as the series go, I don't think I'm sold to the idea. So I know it could work, it could 100% work, but I think the stories is just fine the way it is. It should just remain a series about the three girls going onto traveling around Yamanashi with their cubs. Next is a series that I know my mentor will not be surprised I mentioned, because in 2025 I haven't talked as much this year, but in 2025 I couldn't keep yapping about it. Couldn't stop yapping about it. Zatsutabi. And this one, uh, although Chika tends to not always travel with all of her friends, uh, during each of her travel. She does several travel solo, and usually she either have one or two friends with her. Um, I think it could work because um, in in the anime, at least, because I haven't read the manga yet. In the anime, the way Yui, the youngest girl of the group, admires Chika, I could, I almost felt like she may have a crush. So I would definitely, at some point, like to see um, Yui actually confess to Chika, and maybe they start dating and they start traveling together more often or something like that. So I'm going to put it in good work, and I would like to see. Next is Bofuri, and this one, I know a lot of people like to ship Sally and Maple, and personally, it's a ship that I do like. But although Sally and Maple are like the two central protagonists of the series, um, I think them dating would probably not work with the whole guild thing, since they have a entire guild of, like, I think they have, as of volume 8 of the light novel, I think they have 8 member, I think. Let me remember. Well, the two mains, um, Kanade, the twins, uh, Kuromu is, and forgot her name, but the like samurai girl. So yeah, 8 people. And so yeah, I like how the series focus on the guild overall rather than just Sally and Maple. So I like the idea, but I don't think I'm sold to the idea of Buffy becoming a Yuri. Next is Little Witch Academia, a rather famous one because Diana and Akko is definitely one of the more popular fanship that I've seen on the internet, at least among people who like cute girls doing cute things and slice of life in general. And honestly, I agree. I agree with these people. I think it could work, and I would like to see. Maybe not in the like current storyline, but if the creator of the show ever decide to make a sequel, um, I could see that working, a sequel series. And I believe actually the creators of the show, like the person who actually wrote the story, I believe they said that they are aware of the fanship and they actually acknowledge the ship between Diana and Akko, which implies that if we ever get a Little Witch Academia sequel, it really does imply that it is possible that it will become Yuri at some point. So yeah, this would be how I rate, how likely I would rate these series as like if they could ever become Yuri, or basically if I like the idea of them becoming Yuri. So yeah, um, I don't have much more to say. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you later today for my weekly haul.